and welcome to Feed Me Vegan. I'm Noreen.
I'm Ashley.
I'm Matt.
Today on the show we have Ashley, and she's the new program director at Animal Rights Coalition. Welcome.
Thank you.
And we have Matt from Selbys, and he's going to be making us some stuff today. Before we begin, I have to let you know that Feed Me Vegan is brought to you proudly by Animal Rights Coalition's Vegan University, which aims to make vegan food easy, accessible, super cute, and fun. So that's what we're here to do today. Matt, do you want to tell us what we're making?
We're going to make some pasta tonight. We're going to make it with a spicy red sauce with some cashew cream to cut the heat a little bit and add a little flavor to it. And we'll do some roasted cauliflower croutons and some vegan parm.
Oh, croutons, yum. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, well, tell us what to do. Tell us what you're doing while you're doing it. So,
Well, we'll
put us
just
to work.
jump right in. So let me say, first of all, I'm going to make a sauce from scratch, kind of scratch. This can be
like
done
super
with a jar of sauce.
Okay.
You can get great results from a jar of sauce and save yourself this trouble.
I don't think I've ever done this before. This is super fun.
But to make it spicy, we've got some crushed red pepper.
Okay.
So we just put that in our little olive oil here, give that a little simmer, and we'll let that cook for a minute. What that'll do is that'll infuse the oil with the red pepper and give it a
little kick.
not too much though.
Does traditional pasta sauce usually start with a little red pepper roasted in olive oil? Or just
a marinara sauce would have no red pepper in it.
Okay.
So this is the Arrabbiata, or in Italian, angry sauce. So it's got a little heat to it. It's a little hot.
All right.
So we got it, and it's really, you don't really want it to fry in there, so
Yeah.
it should be like a nice little gentle simmer.
Okay. Okay, cool.
It's just kind of, it looks like it's not doing much right now.
Well, do we need to turn up the oven just a little bit?
No, we don't. We want
Okay.
it to be nice and gentle at this point.
Okay.
We're not looking to fry the red pepper
The
flakes.
heck
We
out
want
of
to
it.
just kind of let it infuse,
Got it.
as it were.
Got it.
And we have lots of, if we want, we can do the cauliflower while we're starting this.
Absolutely, yeah. No,
So-
put me to work. I'm ready.
We have our head of cauliflower here,
Okay.
and we want to add a little olive oil to that.
Okay.
I believe that the recipe calls for about a tablespoon, but you can use the Jamie Oliver measure of a glug.
A glug. And I just want to...
Yeah, just pour over the top. Perfect. Looks awesome. And we'll add about a half teaspoon of salt
Okay.
and give that a stir.
Okie dokie. So, Matt, you own, whoops, Selbys.
I do.
Can you tell us a little
Both. Work
bit?
there and own.
And work there and own it. Can you tell us a little bit about the restaurant for those that may not know?
Selbys is in St. Paul. We're at the corner of Selby and Victoria.
Okay.
It's named after Jeremiah Selby, who the street's named after. This the J. Selby is Jeremiah.
Oh, I did not know that until.
Yep, from 1850.
That's super cool.
He had a farm. He farmed vegetables, where the cathedral is now. So we kind of named it after him. We have an entire plant-based menu. So there's no meat, no cheese, no dairy, no nothing.
Okay. Yeah, I've been there several different times, and it is really good food. Have you been there?
Yes,
Yeah.
many times.
Yeah, I think
Once or
when you
twice.
guys were much anticipated in the
Yeah.
community.
Well,
So-
overdue, I would say.
Yeah, no,
Big time.
absolutely, I would agree. So my favorite thing on the menu is corn dogs.
Really?
I love the
Oh
corn
my
dogs
gosh.
too.
I mean, since I've been vegan for 13 years, and I don't think I had a vegan corn dog unless I
Awesome.
was in Portland, Oregon.
Sure,
You know what I mean?
sure.
Yeah. So
We do have a dish right from Portland.
yeah.
That would be the soy curl, the buffalo soy curl wrap.
Oh yeah. Oh, so good too.
So I was out at the Vegan Food and Beer Festival in 2016. I think it was 2016. And then we kind of hung out in Portland for a couple days and noticed that the buffalo soy curl hoagies were all over the place. So we brought that back and kind of thought, oh, we'll do that. But it was so messy.
Oh, sure.
So we thought, well, let's put it in a wrap.
Yeah.
There you
No,
go.
no, it's so good. All of the stuff on your menu is so good. You guys check it out if you haven't already.
All right, that looks really awesome.
Yeah, I like mixed the crap out of it.
You did mix the crap out of it, so you just put that on a baking sheet.
Alrighty.
Give a little spread around.
And then
I'm gonna give that
bring
to you.
out there. Yep. Okay, cool.
That goes into the oven at 425 for about 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
All right, this is looking awesome. See, looks like it hasn't done too much. We'll add our onion.
Smells good already.
There's nothing better than sauteing onions and garlic. Just smells like cooking.
Did you make this recipe up?
No, actually, the recipe, Chloe, my significant other, had discovered the recipe on the internet, and we kind of took it. The recipe called for jarred sauce. We made it that way, but then, you know, I like to make my own sauce, so we're kind of mixing it up a little bit.
I've never made a sauce from scratch.
It's super easy.
I'm just lazy.
Yeah, but it's not even hard.
Everything.
It's really not hard.
I know.
So we had our peppers going, and you can see it's kind of given a little reddish hint to the onions in
It
there.
already smells really good in here.
So we'll get that heat up a little bit now that we got the onions in. Get a little saute going. It's awesome. Cauliflower's in.
Yeah. So what kind of pasta are we using for this? Like, what is your pasta of choice?
Well, generally my pasta really depends on the shape. I like.
This isn't macaroni.
No, that's not macaroni.
It's kind of like macaroni.
It's kind of like macaroni. So mostly I like a pasta that's got some crevices to hold the sauce.
Okay.
So there's a gemelli, which is 2 strands twined together. That works really well.
Okay.
But the cavatappi works really well as well.
I don't think
I
I've
was just going to say, I don't think I've ever used it.
Bow tie farfalle, that works really nicely as well. Oh, now we got this simmering.
I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry.
Don't worry, we're gonna feed you, and it'll all be vegan.
Thank you. Yes, good. Good. So Ashley, I wanted to ask you, how is Animal Rights Coalition going? I know you're new to the position and stuff.
Yeah, it's going really well. Done a lot with the Cuddle Coats program. People send in their old fur coats to us, and we have volunteer parties, and you take out all the buttons, zippers, any metal fasteners, and then we ship them to wildlife rehabilitation centers. So then injured and orphan animals can kind of cuddle up in them, and it gives them comfort. So a lot of time spent checking in fur coats and just trying to get some events on the calendar. Tabling event coming up at the Healthy Life Expo this weekend.
I did that one once. It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of booths and stuff there, so I'm excited about that. Had a protest against trophy hunting at the Marriott last weekend, so all over the board, lots of stuff going on.
Yeah, no kidding. I bet it's keeping you busy.
Very much.
Yeah.
Did you notice the infusion of the proliferation of fur coats around the Super Bowl? Did you notice that in the Twin Cities there were a lot of fur coats?
Oh no, I did not notice that.
With the 2 East Coast cities and people coming in. We're noticing that at the restaurant. There was just an incredible number of people coming
We
in.
did a demo outside the stadium, and there was a lot of Canada goose too.
Oh my goodness, well.
I know. It's a little crazy.
Yeah, I try to stay away from that mess when it happens, so.
Yeah.
All right, so onions are simmering, sauteing. We'll go ahead and add the garlic.
Awesome.
The recipe calls for 3, so I put 4 in.
Just gonna ask, yes, you can't use too much garlic,
Well,
in my opinion.
I agree. We just get that going
People
for a
I
minute.
hang out with, they probably would disagree with me.
No. Who would ever think that?
Well, it smells good. So then, what does the menu change at Selbys, or have you guys kept it pretty uniform?
It changes a lot.
Does
Now,
it?
sometimes the changes are really subtle. So, just to give you an idea, when I started, did you ever see the menu like at VegFest when we did it? We handed them out at VegFest? All right, that was menu number 2.2 that we handed out at VegFest. We're currently printing menu 10.6.
Oh, wow, okay.
So it does change a lot. Sometimes it's a change in price, sometimes it's a typo, sometimes it's
Sure.
something actually changes a different dish. But yeah, it changes actually fairly often.
Do you guys keep it like pretty consistent? Do you change it at a certain like time interval, or like monthly, weekly, or
We haven't
just when
yet.
you?
We haven't yet, and I think
Okay.
eventually we'd like to get to a more seasonal menu. I think to start with, it was more like teaching everyone to cook the items on the menu.
Sure.
So I'm hoping that as this year progresses, we'll start to see more seasonal specials.
Okay.
And then hopefully the seasonal specials will get incorporated into the menu and become regulars. So,
What's
be
your
cool.
favorite menu item?
Oh, I don't know. It depends.
Yeah, it depends on the day.
On the day.
I had the Caesar salad for the first time recently, and that was good. It was the biggest salad I've ever eaten in my life.
It is a giant salad. The house salad's also really big. I know that Sarah, the kitchen manager, was playing with the Caesar dressing just the other day, and she thought that she's got it a little better.
Yeah?
The current Caesar is a cashew-based, and we found that while I love doing cashew-based things at home and like here, for commercial, it's hard to get them to stay consistent.
Oh.
So they, like in the refrigerator, they
Sure.
get really thick. So
Sure.
I never even had Caesar salad before I went vegan, so I
there's
had
no,
nothing to compare it to.
there's
I thought
no
it was really
anchovies, I promise. All right, onions are looking good, garlic's good, smelling good. What is next on the menu? What's next there?
So then we are.
Well, we've added the garlic and sauteed for 2 more minutes. So we add everything else. So we
Okay.
take our giant can of tomatoes and we just dump them in there.
All right.
That wasn't very complicated. was
No,
it?
it wasn't. I can hang with that.
Some tomato paste. I believe that it's 2 tablespoons of tomato paste.
Just eyeball it
That's right about.
Yeah.
That's 1.
like a professional.
That's 2. Well, I mean, what happens if you put too much tomato paste in?
What happens?
And your tomato sauce is too tomatoey?
So is your opinion that you can't use too much tomato paste?
Oh, you could, but
I'll find a way to
it'll
overdo
be
that.
difficult.
You,
And
yeah.
our spices, which I've taken the
Okay.
liberty of, doing like a cooking show and putting them all in one little bowl so we can stuff them
Yeah,
in
so
there.
it looks all fancy and stuff.
Yeah.
What's in there?
That's got some salt, some oregano, some basil, and some sugar.
Okay.
Also
Ooh,
some
nice.
crushed black pepper.
Heck yeah.
You need a little bit of sugar in there to help with the acid of the tomatoes. I know that people are like, oh, I don't want to put sugar in, but you really need a little bit of sugar.
Sure.
Don't be afraid of it. It's just a tablespoon.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like with baked goods, and you need to have the salt in there to bring out the
It's true.
the sugary or whatever chocolatey stuff that you have in the baked goods.
And we just bring that up to a simmer.
Awesome.
And that's basically your sauce.
All right.
Oh.
So that was not terribly hard to make a tomato sauce.
No,
bad.
it wasn't, but like, you don't know how lazy I am, Matt.
That was pretty easy though.
Like, I'll find a way to, not do it ever. So then after this, we're boiling the pasta, right?
We'll start the pasta, and after we get the pasta started, we'll do the parm,
Okay, sounds good.
which is super easy.
Alrighty.
You're gonna make the parm?
Is that the cashew parm? Or no?
We're gonna do a walnut
Oh,
parmesan,
all right.
which is what we do with the Selbys. So
Okay.
that's worth a story. So most of the vegan Parmesan recipes you're gonna see online will call for cashews. Bought cashews lately? They're really expensive.
No, yeah, they really are. Do you use the raw ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like crazy expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So early on, we actually had a giant box of walnuts at the restaurant, and we hadn't gotten any cashews in yet. So we said, well, let's try it with some walnuts instead of Parmesan, instead of the cashews. So now we only make Walmajan. Walmajan cheese.
I like that.
And we make it all the time.
Should I start on that cashew cheese? I'm kind of interested.
Well, again,
It
gonna
just
be-
requires
it's
the
gonna-
blender,
It's going
right?
to be walnut, so sure,
Walmajan.
go for it.
Yeah, Walnajan. No, I am
Go
ready.
for it.
I am ready. So put the walnuts, nutritional yeast, salt, and garlic. So we're looking at, what are we looking at here? Okay.
Walnuts,
How much
and
nutritional yeast are we?
3 tablespoons.
Okay.
It's already all measured out.
Okay, and I just dump it all in, huh?
Just dump it all in.
Okay, so 3 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. And then
And a
these
little
are
garlic,
the
little
walnuts.
garlic powder and a little salt.
Okay, garlic powder. That's good. Walnuts. About how much is that?
About 3/4 of a cup. Nope, leave
Oh,
the cashews out.
okay. And then what am I doing? Chopping?
Sure, chop.
All right, good.
Looks great.
Alrighty.
There you go, you're done.
Wow.
Wow. All right.
Do it again for a second. Perfect.
Good deal.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, yum. Okay, what's next?
Well, what's next is we have to sit around and talk while everything cooks.
And we're back. Welcome back. So we have everything cooking now. We got the pasta ready. We got the sauce ready, and then we have our Parmesan cheese, and we're about to blend up some cashew cream. Is that what you call it?
So we left
Okay.
them with the sauce simmering and we just made the vegan parm.
Mm-hmm.
So the sauce is now simmered and it looks like a sauce, looks like a pasta sauce, which looks great. The cauliflower is done in the oven and it's got
forgot
a
about
nice
that.
roasty brown color. And we might have tasted it and it's delicious. And we've just boiled some noodles. So let's kind of finish up the sauce and then we'll basically be done.
All right.
So
what should we do, Matt?
who's going to be the blender
butter
person?
up.
All right. So we've got about our cashews. That's about 3/4 of a cup, and then some water.
And that's about
It's about 3/4 of a
quarters
cup
of a cup
also.
of water as well.
You spilled just the right amount to make it 3/4 of a cup. It's
I meant to do
perfect.
that.
And then we just blend that up. Woo! All right.
Excellent.
Beautiful. And then we'll add a jar of roasted red peppers, which I have drained and opened off camera so I didn't look like a fool trying to open this jar. And again, a little blending.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Cool.
Oh, just a little bit. So
Just a
there's
little bit
some
because we're going to
juice
blend it some more in a second.
in it. Oh, wait.
And then we're going to add our sauce to the blender. This is the part where,
You
want-
might burn the heck out of yourself.
Exactly.
There we go.
You don't want to have too much splatter or splash. Again, if you're using a jar of sauce from the cupboard, it's not really an
Oh my
issue.
gosh, it smells so good.
It does smell delicious. Lid back on,
Right.
back on the blender. Drain the pasta.
Excellent.
Got the pasta drained.
In here, and then if you want to put that on there.
Right back in the pan.
Matt, would you like it back in the pan? Does that sound?
I'm still draining.
Sure.
You can,
If I can do it without spilling.
that's
Well.
fine. You did great.
All right.
All right,
Perfect.
so let's plate it up.
Alrighty, so then we do a little bit of this.
Some pasta.
Okay, and what is the name of this pasta again, Matt?
Cavatappi.
I'm gonna buy this.
I'm sure someone from the
Looks awesome.
Italian
And-
speaking person is cringing right now as I say that, but that's okay.
There's a reason why you use cavatappi.
Again, I like a pasta that's got some ridges to kind of hold the sauce.
Big plate.
Bow tie is great. Anything that's got a texture and a shape that kind of holds more sauce is great.
Sure, sure.
Sauce on top.
Sauce. Okay.
Sauce on top.
I like how you're making me do this. I'm the lazy one.
Better you than
Yeah.
Well, this way you'll feel comfortable doing it at home,
Yeah. You know what?
making it for your mom.
I appreciate that. I need people like you in my life to push me a little bit. Okay, so then like that.
It's a little bit more.
A little
I mean,
bit
who
more.
wants dry
Make
pasta?
it super saucy.
Super saucy. There you go.
Good.
Beautiful.
Okay.
And then some
So these guys?
Yep, cauli croutons.
You know what, we'll probably have to, unless we have a,
Check the
Use
set
your
really
hands.
quick. I got nothing here.
This?
I found one.
Perfect.
Okay, and then a little bit of this, or a lot of bit of this. We should put a lot on
Yeah.
right?
It's really good.
Let's
You don't want any
liberal with it.
leftover.
What'd you say?
You don't want leftovers.
Oh, that's true.
Beautiful.
Good? More?
A little bit more.
A little bit more.
And
Oh,
sprinkle it
that's
with the parm, and you're good to go.
Oh my god.
Sprinkle liberally. There you go.
right,
Beautiful,
right.
beautiful. There you go.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much for coming
Now,
on the show.
you gotta try it and tell me if it's too
Oh
hot.
yeah, we have
Alright.
to try it. Okay. Thank you so much for coming on the show and making
Yes,
this.
thank you. It smells so
My
good.
pleasure.
This place
Get a little
smells
bit of everything here.
so good.
That is super good. And
Not,
it's not too spicy.
not too much heat. There's
Not
a
at
little
all.
bit there.
That Parmesan is my favorite.
Isn't that amazing?
Mm-hmm.
What
But the cauliflower is really good too.
What did you call the parmesan? It's
Walmajan.
Parmesan. Because it's made with walnuts.
Yum.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So good. Thank you so much for coming on the show and showing us this.
Absolutely, my
Thank
pleasure.
you.
There will be a recipe. Thank you. There will be a recipe attached to the YouTube episode, so check that out. Check out Selbys in St. Paul. It's Selby and
Victoria.
in St. Paul. They have an amazing menu, and they do all the food that they do is really, really good. I am Minnesota Vegan on Facebook and Noreen Yadud on Instagram. We have Feed Me Vegan Show on Instagram and on Facebook. You are at Animal Rights Coalition. You can check her out at Ethique Nouveau. Now on the daily, right?
Wednesday through Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And get involved with Animal Rights Coalition. Do some stuff with them. Come see Ashley, and yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Oh my god, I'm
Let's eat.
trying not to eat this whole thing right now.